Welcome back. I'm Renzo Rossato.
And I'm Gaston Rossato.
And today we're talking about the first generation Viper, in particular this 1995, last of the first generation Viper, an extraordinary barn finds.
How do we find this car? Why does it only have 200 miles? Carl Shelby, Lamborghini, 24 hours of Le Mans. Let's put it all together and give you the true story.
Let's go.
8 liters, 10 cylinders, no ABS, no traction, no airbags. That's the Dodge Viper, the wildest car America built in the 90s. And look at this design. Could you just picture yourself at the Detroit Auto Show in 1989, seeing this for the first time? It shattered all expectations. In fact, so much so, Chrysler greenlit the project, had the Viper in production in less than 3 years. In 1992, you could have bought yourself a brand new Viper. And this was the car that was going to replace, or rather, the modern Shelby Cobra. So much so that Carl Shelby himself was involved as an advisor in the project and creation of the Dodge Viper. And thankfully at the time, because Chrysler did own Lamborghini, they said, hey, let's get this V10 block that you use for your pickup trucks, refine it for me. Let's take it away from iron block to alloy block, and let's make it a true performer. And that's what they did. So I love the heritage of Carl Shelby. I love the heritage of Lamborghini. And then of course, it's a muscle car at the end of the day. But it wasn't just a muscle car. It ended up going to the 24-hour Le Mans, where it won 3 years consecutive. Well, this is a lot more comfortable than a Shelby Cobra. It is supposed to be the improved version of the Shelby Cobra. I wonder if the Viper snake is more venomous than a Cobra.
An absolute time capsule that we're sitting in, just looking at all the dials, the buttons, everything is perfect.
No, this is the absolute definition of simplicity and analog. Such a raw car. It reminds me of that bumper sticker. I don't know if you've seen it before. It says something like, we die like, no airbags, we die like real men. That's what I'm thinking right now.
No airbags, no traction control, no ABS. I'm surprised we even have seatbelts in the car.
It's bare minimum of safety. It's a different time and regulations. It was a time where they can still do things the way they wanted to do them. And what I love so much, and these are the details that you really have to look into when you have these kind of preservation cars. I'm looking at the trip odometer here, and it has 218 miles. The odometer has 219 miles. So the trip odometer has never been reset. Or maybe at 1 mile it was reset. Those are just simple things that you got to geek about that you don't really... When do you get to see something like that on a 30-year-old car?
Very rarely. And we're getting some honks here from...
Yeah, this car turns heads. Even today, the design language of this car, strikes you. I don't know what it could have been, to walk into the Detroit Auto Show and see this thing in 1989. It blew everyone's minds. It blew their minds away.
The $50,000 Dodge Viper is a car that is at its best when driven at the limit. Few cars that we've ever experienced were this much of a thrill to drive fast. And it made us feel like winners. Lap after lap after lap.
All right, let me have a seat here. I love this warning sticker here. It says, hot exhaust pipe below door opening. It's not hot right now, so we're going to be all right. The last year of the first generation, and I love the fact that it's yellow. In fact, it was the least produced with only 298 units finished in this color for the first generation. So it's the rarest of the rarest. Now, besides the history of the Viper, what I most love, and like most collector cars, it's the story that's attached to the car. We got a call from a gentleman that lives right here in Miami. And he says, hey, my father was a Chrysler employee. Today he's 80 years old, but he bought the car of his dreams 30 years ago. He special ordered a 95 Dodge Viper in yellow. He still lives in Michigan, and it's been in his garage ever since. And I mean, he had me at Chrysler. He had me at the way beginning of that conversation. The car today only has 217 miles, of which I've already put 3 miles on. I am not saving those miles for someone else. I have enjoyed the car very little bit because the fact is these are also original tires. It is a true time capsule. Original paint. I have all the keys, the window stickers, the vinyl curtains, everything, documentation, books, videos that came with the car are still with the car. That to me meant more than just buying a Viper. And I know whoever ultimately ends up being the caretaker of this car will buy it for those same exact reasons. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching.
And if you're new to our channel, make sure to check it out. We have a beautiful archive of amazing videos and reviews. Make sure to like and subscribe. Gaston, I think it's safe to say that this car is probably going to stay with us for quite a bit.
Or I'm putting this thing in the bubble, and I'm going to keep it for as long as I can. You know, some of these cars hurt when they're gone, and this is going to be one of them. I know it.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching.